Spotify just hurt Drake fans' feelings really bad. What's up, word? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join that membership. And all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. Like Eminem says, back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity, right? All I've been seeing on my Twitter, my AKA X, right? My Elon Musk mobile app is that Drake is doing this, Drake is doing that, and Drake is doing the third. And usually one or two or almost all three of those things always include the words Spotify. Well, what happens with all these Drake fans from Timbuktu and all overseas and wherever else they from, that's all up and down my timeline saying Spotify this, Spotify that? Well, Spotify Wrapped came out. And what that is when Spotify tells you the top albums of the year. Well, what had happened was, GNX is on that top 10 and Drake is nowhere on there. There is no Some Sexy Songs for You featuring Party Next Door within the Spotify Wrapped. As a matter of fact, I believe that album didn't crack the top 50, gang. So I don't know. There's a disconnect of what's going on. Well, what's happening is I keep telling y'all for months that what is going on, the resurgence of Drake having all of these streams, a lot of that is nostalgia bombing. So Drake has been around. I don't know if y'all know this, but Drake has been around longer than a kid goes through from elementary. You go to kindergarten and you go to 12th grade and you go to college. Drake has been around that long, right? You could literally have entered kindergarten and heard a Drake song and Drake is still around. So he has people who grew up with his music, and a lot of people get bombed by nostalgia when they hear his name with one of these many miscues that he seems to can't avoid, from the lawsuit to the battle to the Iceman episodes to all of these different things that's going wrong, to the Bobby Althoff interview. Like, it's a whole bunch of things that Drake is doing that is triggering people's nostalgia. So history, and not to mention UMG, where they were playing chess as well. I was telling you that last year when this lawsuit was still inactive, right? The lawsuit that he's about to appeal. When this lawsuit was still inactive, when this lawsuit was still active, Drake had UMG constantly pushing his material. So he has gotten a bump like he's never seen. Drake's numbers are through the roof because they were like, if we got to go to court over this Not Like Us record defaming and hurting his career, well, when we get to court, we want his career to be flourishing more than it ever was. So what had happened, UMG took the gloves off and started really pushing his music. For a while there, they had stopped. For a while there, they were at odds with Drake and they weren't playing nice. And they were like, so you want to sue us and you have an issue, then we're not going to push your stuff. But someone in Larry in the law department got a great idea. And he said, can I run this idea upstairs? And they were like, sure, Larry, what you got? Larry was like, how about we do the opposite? How about we push all of his music and push all of his videos and push all of his albums that he's ever done since he got here? And they're like, Larry, why on earth would we do that? And Larry was like, because if he goes to court for defamation and says that he took some considerable losses, the judge is going to look and see that he's the #1 stream artist in all of history. They were like, you know what, Larry? First of all, you get a raise. And second of all, you're right. Karen, everybody, Gypsy, all you guys in the back, push the records again, push all the Drake records. So they started pushing Drake records hard. All of a sudden, his numbers were going through the roof. Do you guys remember when Drake had disappeared from everything? There was no surges of Drake. After the battle, for about, I want to say 5 months, maybe more, Drake's career was really tanked. It was really, really bad. Especially after you announced the lawsuit. You couldn't give away a Drake record. Then out of nowhere, right after Sexy Songs for You, this, that, and the third was released and to meager numbers or what have you, right? What happened was, out of nowhere, there was a resurgence of Drake albums hitting the market. When I say hitting the market, I mean his streams were up. And a lot of people were starting to promote that Take Care and a bunch of other things were entering the Billboard once again, right? As far as we can all recollect, right? So what that means is UMG took the gloves off. It wasn't nostalgia bombing yet. They started to push his stuff, and I think Some Sexy Songs for You stuff started to catch on. At one point, there was nothing popping. And then out of nowhere, everything started to pop and all his old stuff started to hit the charts and everybody wanted to hear Drake, Drake, Drake. And now he just broke that streaming record, 1.37 billion, I think, something crazy. Like, I don't remember the exact number, but he's the highest streamed person on Spotify ever, right? So that's how we got there, because for one, UMG allowed it. UMG made that happen because they knew that they had to go into court not looking like they made this guy's career end. So that was part of that. And then a lot of people started to be like, you know what, I do like this song. I do like 0 to 100, whatever song, insert whatever song, right? I'm so proud of you. Whatever song you like, you went and streamed it. So now the nostalgia bomb and all the old stuff. But guess what? That didn't translate to some sexy songs for you, which a lot of the Drake fans want to say is the catalyst to prove that Drake is back. Well, let me just say this for the people in the back. That album was left off of Spotify, the vaunted Spotify Wrapped of the year. So an album, GNX, which came out 3 months before, what people don't really understand, GNX came out, if I'm not mistaken, came out in November of 2024. Some Sexy Songs for You, although it seemed like an eternity, it seems like an eternity away, it really only came out 3 months later, right? December, January, February. The thing dropped on February, on Valentine's Day, if I'm not mistaken. So that's only 3 months difference, gang. It ain't like GNX had this massive head start, but GNX is still outselling that thing by leaps and bounds, right? One of the reasons is your boy's on tour. He's still on the world tour since he started the world tour. It ain't stopped. He is in Australia now, if I'm not mistaken, okay? So end of the day, this thing is going, gone. Meanwhile, Some Sexy Songs for You it has a little steam, gang. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, but it's really not doing anything that they thought it was going to do. So when this Spotify Wrapped came out, I saw a lot of Drake fans basically saying, how can these other records be in front of Some Sexy Songs for You? Their feelings hurt. It's the most easily triggered fan base I think I've ever seen, right? More triggered than Nicki, more triggered than Beyonce. And I know I'm saying a lot, right? The Barbs, listen, they are trigger happy. Drake fan base, 10 times more emotional than anybody's fan base. I can put up 10 posts about 10 different rappers, gang. I promise you, the only people that's going to attack me are Drake fans. I promise you. They attack for the slightest thing. They'll tell you, you're talking about him too much. Then when you don't talk about it, talk about something else. They talk about, oh, you ain't getting the numbers when you talk about Drake now. So it's like they gotta address you no matter what, right? They gotta come. If you talked about Drake a week ago, they gotta come back 7 days and talk about you again because they still triggered. Right? They are the most obsessive fan base. They're weird. So that means I know that they're hurt when they only had one thing going in. Listen, they only had one thing going into this year. He took everything away. He took the boy's numbers. He took his spot on a lot of charts and this and that. And took his space on Spotify, monthly listeners, everything. Kendrick took everything from him. Beat him in a battle, right? Had him going down, had him doing a lawsuit because he was so hurt. So they only had one thing left, and it was Spotify. So when them numbers started to go back up and he was leading again, I couldn't open my Twitter without being told that Drake is #1 again on Spotify. Right? They let go. Remember for a while it was so bad they were counting Apple Music stats. Drake is #1 on Apple Music because that's all he had, gang. He has a deal with Apple Music, so of course he's going to be #1 on there. But at the end of the day, all they had was Apple Music. You don't hear shit about Apple Music no more, do you? When he went back to Spotify, which he had Spotify in a lawsuit. So that was kind of fishy. Then he took him out. Once he took him out, his numbers started to magically go back up, right? Through this, that, and the third. UMG, Spotify, everybody want to make him happy, right? He still didn't drop the lawsuit, but everybody want to make him happy. So once again, he was back on top on Spotify. You don't hear shit about Apple Music no more, but you hear all about his Spotify numbers. Drake #1 on Spotify again. Kendrick monthly listeners are down by 1 million. Kendrick monthly listeners are down by 2 million. Guess they start paying those bots, right? So we had to hear about the bots and this, that, and the third, because Drake was #1 on Spotify again, right? Well, guess what? We're at the end of the year wrap up when he had February through all the way through December to pretty much solidify that Drake was back. Well, they pushed everything but Some Sexy Songs for You because I think that thing ended up around number 91. Mind you, Kendrick, well, SZA's #2. Kendrick GNX is #5. Some Sexy Songs for You was down in the 90s somewhere, gang. I want to read this and have a conversation because Drake fans, listen, they crying in their beer, gang. Their tummies hurt. They need some Pepto-Bismol and some more stuff, gang. They need a happy face pancake from Friendly's, gang. They doing bad right now. I'm just going to be honest. And I know it hurts, right? I'm like Nas and did it. You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. Listen, gang, I get it. I know that you guys hate, you don't get this far in the video because you hate him. My brother-in-law told me, I tell you, my brother-in-law, the biggest Drake fan ever, he told me, I can't watch your videos no more, bro. I will not ever click your videos again. Them shits is like Fox News to me. He told me my videos is like Fox News because they misinformation. Anything I talk about Drake be misinformation. He can't sit through the videos no more. So end of the day, right? They really can't sit through a video, anything critical of the boy, right? But right now, this is not being critical. This is being factual. Most of my videos, gang, except outside the time when I'm calling him Bubble Bath Rapper, I'm usually giving you stats and facts off the stat sheet. And that hurt just as bad as anything else to these people. Because stats and facts are like holy water to a demon with these people, gang. You throw stats and facts on these guys, they start to physically break out in blisters. Like they can't take it. But I'm here to tell you now, I am going to be honest that Drake did get on Artist of the Year for Spotify, but that's because all his old stuff is being pumped into the nostalgia bomb playlist and people are listening to the old stuff. I'm trying to explain to you. I've been telling you this for a year, gang. I've been telling you this since last year, but mostly so this year. This stuff is being pushed to you so you can play anything by Drake. But the new stuff is not, it doesn't matter how much you push stuff, it's not going to matter. If it doesn't connect, it's not resonating. His old stuff already resonated, so it's easy to get you to click that and listen to that, They're not rocking with the new stuff. They just aren't. Since the battle, it's been documented. Drake has dropped over 30, 40 different records, only really 2 that you know about. There's been a bunch of records. There's been a bunch of features. They act like Drake went away. Oh, the game is boring because Drake went away. When did he go away? When did he leave? People been begging him to sit down. When did he leave? He doing records with Smiley, and he doing records with the Mexican Cartel, Cabrillo, and all these other people. He's still doing records, gang. So when did he leave? So really, at the end of the day, only thing we really got is Which One and What Did I Miss? And I don't think those really hit like that in the hip-hop community. They hit over there in Drake land. Right, they're doing really well over there. Right? Get on your lawnmower, put your headphones on, cut the grass, and listen to some sexy songs for you. It's amazing, right? Make you some lemonade. You got a whole Sunday afternoon, right? But end of the day, in hip-hop land, we wasn't jocking with it. So what happened was, with the Spotify Rap deals with numbers, right? Yes, Drake is the #2 artist of the year, but that's not for his current music. Currently, his music is Bubble Cake. Okay, let me read this article and have a conversation. Drake was left off of Spotify's top album list as Kendrick Lamar and SZA dominate by Alexander Cole. I believe this was on hotnewhiphop.com, right? Spotify Wrapped is officially here, and as you can imagine, it has created another divide between Drake and Kendrick Lamar fans. Kendrick Lamar and Drake continue to be compared to one another. It has been almost 2 years since their beef, and the fans still aren't over the debates. On social media, the discourse grows and grows and grows to a point of no return. Yeah, it's bad, gang. We really like Dems and Republicans, gang. There ain't no really, it's a divide that we can't get back from. Yeah, we can be civil in open spaces in the real world, but online, it's a catastrophe. It is a war, right? It's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Listen, it's bad, and I don't know if Drake fans will ever civilly speak to Kendrick fans and or hip-hop fans, because it's really Drake fans against everybody, right? They don't have no #2. Like most hip-hop fans, we got other artists we listen to. We got other people that that record came out. Oh, this record died. We can give you 10 more records, gang. We're not going to just sit there and talk about, but a lot of these Drake fans, they got one record and one record only. You saw all of their Spotify raps. All of their Spotify raps, they got one artist they listen to. They like this guy, and that's it. So it's really them against everybody. When you got that much Drake in your mind, you got that much of one artist in your mind, you really aren't a whole person. I'm just gonna be honest. You're like an AI product that's been pumped with only one type of music. So it's like they don't really have nuance with this conversation. Okay? Most of us have other avenues. I never see these guys post about anything but this guy. I'm talking about the deranged ones. Okay? Let's just be honest. Let me continue. Overall, these debates probably aren't going anywhere. Iceman is going to be coming out soon, and there is a lot of fanfare around the album. The fans are curious if this will be the project that puts Drake back at #1. If it does put him back at #1, first of all, he's going to have to be dissing I'm just going to be honest. He's going to have to say something about Kendrick. He's going to have to say something about a lot of people. He's going to be dissing. When he starts dissing, then it's going to go through the Twitterverse, it's going to go through social media. Then it's going to be a big deal. There's going to be headlines. There's going to be traffic to the album. More people want to go and hear it. If he's not dissing, I'm telling you right now, if he's not dissing, he's trying to just do straight music, that thing going to go wah-wah. That thing Goon and Google land. That thing going to be lost in Goon and Google land, right? They're going to be doing like a Where's Waldo episode trying to find that album. But end of the day, it's going to do numbers just off the curiosity. It's going to be a lot of people, not me, but it's going to be a lot of people running to hear that album. But I don't think it's going to be where, and it could go #1 by default, depending on what's out when he drops. So we can't say it won't go #1, but it won't be #1 long. I'm just going to be honest. He don't have the staying power no more. He just don't, gang. It's not me making it up. That's some sexy songs for you. I think that hit #1 for like a week, like not even. So it went and hit #1 was gone. So you can hit #1. They can brag about that on Twitter for 7 days. Other than that, people not gonna keep going back because he don't have a substance. He don't know what he really want to do. You can tell by all these Iceman episodes. He's all over the place with the music that he's making on there, and it don't have that sound that he need to captivate people. He's still whining and crying and this, that, and the third. Oh man, why y'all do me like this? You did your boy like this. Yo, why y'all ain't coming around no more? Right? I told you he by himself in the freezer somewhere. Right? He don't trust nobody. He ain't got no ghostwriters because he don't want no more reference tracks leaking. So it's going to be a tough album to get through. I'm just going to be honest. Let me keep it pushing. I know these Drake fans don't like to hear this. They probably cut the video off right now or they putting thumbs down, one or the other. Let me continue. Interestingly, Spotify led to a rejuvenation of the discourse Wednesday thanks to the release of Spotify Wrapped. In fact, they put out a top albums of the year list, and Drake was nowhere to be found as some sexy songs for you failed to crack the top 10. Gang, this thing ain't cracked the top 10, 20, 30, 40. I don't know how these Drake fans posting all day and all night about this album. It ain't doing what they thought, gang, even with the bots or whatever you want to say they doing. Let me continue. However, Kendrick Lamar's GNX was at #5, while SZA's Lana Deluxe album was at #2. Listen, this girl SZA is she's a part of the problem, man. Drake can't get his numbers because SZA's still out here. Kendrick rapping, SZA singing. What he supposed to do? Right? What am I supposed to do? Right? Like KRS say. Listen, he up against it, man. Listen, get your act together. Shouldn't have did a lawsuit for a rap battle. Let me continue. Needless to say, these are not the numbers some Drake fans would have been hoping for. #1 is The Problem, Morgan Wallen. #2 is SOS Deluxe, Lana, SZA. #3 is, I don't even know how to say that, it's Bad Bunny. #4 is K-Pop Demon Hunters. They ain't going nowhere. Stop asking. #5 is GNX by Kendrick Lamar. #6 is Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. #7 is So Close to What, Tate McRae. Country's back, gang. Country's back for real. #8 is The Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift. I'm going to be honest. That's surprising that that's so low. I'm just going to be honest. #9 is One Thing at a Time by Morgan Wallen. Your boy in there twice. Motherfuckers DMX right now. This dude like, get at me, dog. #10 is Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. So Drake is nowhere on there. Let me continue. However, Drake did get a win on Kendrick when it comes to the artist list. In the United States, Drake was ranked in 2nd place while Kendrick came in 4th. As for global lists, Drake was in 4th and Kendrick was in 6th. So listen, in the United States, for Drake to be 2nd and Kendrick to be 4th, when Kendrick dropped last year and Drake had all of this year to do what he's doing, and this guy's still on your ass for artists when he don't have nothing new and he don't have nothing new this year? Is this the stuff from last year and he's still on your ass? Listen, it's a problem. I'm just going to be honest. And globally, Drake is 4th, which is, like I said, it's nostalgia. Let me continue. While some don't see the value in these Spotify rap lists, others see it as a distillation of what people are listening to. These are the current tastes of the people. It all comes down to pure streaming numbers. Only time will tell what 2026 brings. So what that means, what it's saying is, gang, in this year, Drake is failing to capture any form of momentum currently. Yes, he's #2 artist worldwide. I'm sorry, for domestic, for the United States, #4 globally. That's because he has a long history. His catalog is 3 times bigger than most people, including Kendrick. He never stopped dropping music because he's in a 360 deal allegedly, and so he had to drop music whether he wanted to or not. Every time he thought he was going to chill in Costa Rica, he had to leave half the trip because he had to make some more music or bring the recording equipment with him. Right? Drake, one of them dudes you'll see on vacation, and somebody will post something that he's in the studio right while he's at the island. So this guy got to constantly work. He can't stop. He got to stream for Kick. He's always doing this, that, and the 30. I guess he quit Kick or whatever. He got a gamble on stake. This guy got a lot of stuff he's contractually obligated to do. So there's no chill, man. Listen, I'm out of here, man. I just wanted to drop that on you, let you know that when these people start talking these Spotify numbers again, you can like put the brakes on that, the kibosh on that, like calm down, because we winning that too. Right, the Kendrick just won the tour argument. Now the last argument they got is, well, Drake tour was only in the United States. He beat Drake numbers of the tour, no matter where the thing was, the total tour, because they used to tell us it didn't matter that it was the United States when it's all a blur was the #1 tour. Right now, when he passed it, oh, it's in the United. Now it's a caveat. Listen, man, I'm out here, man. Let me do what you will with that information. It's whatever. End of the day, it's just still hip hop over here. We on the side of hip hop, gang. That's all it is. Listen, I'm out of here, man. Head on over to CLBMG. Let them know who sent you. Also, head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. And every Wednesday night, we go live. Me, TJ, and Fliz on The What Show. Tap in. Are you buying that merch down below? I got the What hats. I got the I'm Just Being Honest. The collection down there. Some good stuff. And I'm posting people. When you buy the merch and you send it to my email, thewhatshow@gmail.com, send me your pictures of yourself and the merch, and I'll post it on my social media, all right? Last but not least, I got a music video with me, TJ, and Fliz. We just dropped. It's called This, That, off the What Project. It's streaming on all social media platforms. That whole album is just listen. We brought hip-hop back for you, gang. And that video, This, That, you can catch that right on my YouTube page. Just scroll down, tap in, let me know what you think, all right? I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side, gang. I'm out of here. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6-man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like past fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.